Hi, I'm Brooke Adams with Zen Mommy Organics, and this is Ireland again. Just wanted to talk a little bit about mindfulness in the midst of being with family, extended family, celebrations, weekends like Memorial Day weekend, Christmas time, Easter, Passover, whatever you celebrate. There's always that kind of a little bit of like an angst sometimes when you get together with family. It's kind of a mixed bag. It's bittersweet, it's fun, but it's also a little chaotic, and it's sometimes also such a departure from the experience that you're having in your day-to-day life, where you kind of manage your own inner chaos within your your own family dynamics, that I think sometimes it becomes it's a little anxious driven. And it does create a little bit of angst in a lot of people, and I know certainly it's a challenge for me. So I just wanted to share my experience and share how I stay mindful in the midst of crazy chaos. So I think it's really all about kind of recentering yourself. So I'll give you an example. Right now we're in San Diego having a blast with family, but they are not like crazy crunchy like me, and I get that. Not everybody's crazy crunchy, and not that they need to be, and I don't think I'm better because I am crunchy. I just went down a very interesting path that led me to a lot of information about a lot of stuff, and unfortunately makes me spend way more money on produce and farmers market awesomeness and just everything. So because of that, when you know something and you know more about something, you can't undo what you know, and you can't really go back to how you were living before. So that's just me. So I know a lot of you resonate with that, a lot of you understand that, and a lot of you are in my same boat. So, but then you may have these family members that you engage with from time to time that do not feel the same way you do. In fact, they mock sometimes where you're coming from, which is really kind of crazy and really hard. But you just have to kind of go with it and just, yeah, I know, I'm the crazy crunchy one that does everything natural and organic, and go to the farmer's market, and I bring my own mason jar wherever I go, and I make my own shakes in the morning, and I eat pond scum, aka spirulina, and yeah, but I mean, I'm not taking pills every day, and I'm thankfully, knock on wood, really healthy, and so are my kids, and I'm investing in my long haul health plan, right, and the natural way, as are many of you. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about not losing your mind when you're in the middle of all of this, because basically we're staying at a Best Western Inn Plus, exciting, and going down to the food, the free food that's available, it's just insane, like Conagra and Heinz and Fruit Loops, and I mean, I know I probably sound nuts to so many people, and that's okay, but like the GMO is so bountiful. The GMO, the soap's bumpy on the top, okay. Yeah. I'm doing this from the hotel room, so anyway, it's just crazy. It's crazy how much you like. It's like going to McDonald's. It's so cheap to have McDonald's food. It's so cheap to get dollar store nonsense that's just full of GMOs and processed GMO products and inorganic supplements, and it's crazy. But I know this. So I usually prepare ahead of time and make sure that I have, a bunch of fruits and vegetables and everything like that. So that's what I was going to get at. Basically, going downstairs was just like I walk in and it's just like full of like the smell of bacon, GMO, dirty bacon and sausage, and it just hits me like a ton of bricks walking in there. And I'm not vegan, but I'm pretty close to it, and I eat a lot of eggs, and so I'm not vegan in that way, but I don't really eat a lot of like dairy or processed stuff, and so my body just kind of doesn't respond well when I feed it crap. So it's kind of like a well-oiled machine at this point, or I try to make it that way, so that when I'm, if I indulge in a glass of wine or I have something that's a little bit less than good, then my body doesn't really freak out too much. But at the same time, sometimes if you give it something that it's not used to, it kind of freaks out. So anyway, and then the topic of conversation among the family members about, bless you, Ireland, for breakfast was that we were going to go to SeaWorld today. And it just happens to be my father-in-law's birthday. So I kind of don't have a leg to stand on with my opinions, and I'm the crazy one, the black sheep of the family that just happens to be nuts according to everybody else. So that's super fun too, because you're trying to just kind of go with the flow, which I'm a Pisces. I like to go with the flow. I like to just kind of be chill. But more and more I'm finding that I have a lot of opinions on things that I didn't realize I had. More and more I'm finding that I have a lot to say, and at least in the say of how my family's run and what my kids engage in and what I engage in. And it's an interesting paradigm going from being kind of, I don't want to say a wallflower, because I was never a wallflower, but being somebody who is really more kind of calm about things and just kind of going with the flow, and then kind of coming into your own and starting to have a more of a say about how your family's run and how other people do things. And I don't want to control how other people do things outside of my family. I mean, I would love for people to do things in a way that was kind of a do no harm policy and maybe a little bit more conscious, but I know she's totally snorting. I'm sorry, baby girl. Oh, yeah, this is motherhood. This is, you know, that movie, This is 40, this is 35 and married with 4 kids, because you just, yeah, anyway, trying to start a business. Not trying, starting a business and changing the world one post at a time, one DIY post at a time, one information at a time, one anything at a time. Anyway, I don't think I'm changing the world, but that would be nice, right? It takes a village, and it takes, you know, everyone's just doing their best. So I know this, and my point in all of this was to stay mindful. You really just have to kind of sometimes disengage and then go back and center yourself. So self-care and self-time when you're in the midst of chaos, especially with family members, can be really important. So just like right now, I left breakfast a little early, grabbed the organic yogurts that I could find that was like literally like slim pickings down there, so that later my kids have a snack that is not totally GMO, because God forbid we go to Whole Foods or, you know, depart and go to the farmer's market or something when everyone just wants to be at SeaWorld all day. And I know I'm being snarky, and that's not the best, but sometimes it's good to vent it out. But yeah, I just had to detach. I detached, and I said, I'm just going to go up and feed Ireland. I'm going to take care of myself, get myself ready to go, eat an organic banana that I got from Costco a couple days ago. I packed the whole car full of organic snacks and produce so that I would make sure we could put it in the fridge. We're good to go, so that when everyone's thinking, you know, they're hungry and they want to order something nasty, we have lots of options. So, you know, the Go Macro bars, there's a ton of different brands that carry really, really clean, awesome organic bars that are some plant-based, some have, you know, raw dairy products. There's all kinds of amazing things out there, and having those on hand and just being prepared for those times when you know it's going to be a little crazy and you're going to want to reach for something nasty. It's so readily available, you know, and especially when you're with family that doesn't see things the way you do, and especially if it's your husband's or your significant other's extended family, you kind of have less of a leg to stand on, or so you feel, because you feel like, oh, I don't want to be that annoying wife that, you know, just always causing problems. And I definitely don't ever want to be that, even though I'm sure I am on some level, because I'm kind of a pain in the butt these days. I just have a lot of opinions on a lot of stuff, and everyone else doesn't care, and that's okay. But anyway, you know, this is a little bit more of a rambling post, but I just wanted to make sure to share with you my experience so that you have lots to say too. If I share from my heart, I feel like it makes a difference and connects with people in a way that's meaningful, and that's my whole goal. And I'm by no means perfect, but I just had the best like inner meditation right now. You know, just like stepping away from the family dynamic and just being able to recenter myself was everything. And it helps you too when you're parenting, because if you're more centered and you cannot be triggered by other things that are already happening, you're not going to overreact when your kid does something that they're not supposed to be doing. You know, it just sets your day up in a better way. So basically I just regrouped and I said, okay, this day's not going to go like I was thinking. Yes, we may go to SeaWorld and support things that I totally, adamantly, 100% do not agree with. I'm not paying for it. I'm telling you that. I'm not paying for a SeaWorld ticket. I'm not supporting it, but I don't know, other than, you know, going out of my way to say, no, I'm taking a stand and I'm going to stay in the hotel all day with Ireland and you guys can go to SeaWorld. I mean, what is that, you know? So it's like, I think up-leveling where you can, sharing your opinion where you can, and being heard, even if you're the only one saying what you have to say, is really important. So I made my opinion known, and I did it calmly and lovingly, and I said that I would go along with whatever they wanted to do because it's his birthday, but, you know, that's just how I feel. So yeah, try to be mindful. Mindfulness is everything, and sometimes taking a step back to recenter yourself and regroup and just reprocess what you've just encountered, whatever that may be, even the seemingly most mundane thing like going to get breakfast at a Best Western Plus, feeling like, you know, you're kind of like, sometimes we just feel like life is driving us as opposed to us driving our own life. And I think we sometimes just need to regroup, take a step back, think of what you want and what your inner and outer choices are in any given moment, and work with those. And if that's something that you really just don't want to do, then you try to make better choices the next time. But we're all human and we're all doing our best. Have a great day.